What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Pizza Maker 8000 back with another Toontown video. Now today's video topic is everything wrong within the Toontown community, and I'm not talking about just Toontown Rewritten, just Toontown Corporate Clash. You know, I want to hit on Toontown Funny Farm, Toontown Desert Storm, Toontown Offline, all these different Toontown servers, man. But first, we're gonna go ahead and start off with Toontown Rewritten. Now, my personal opinion, everybody already knows I don't like rewritten. If you haven't seen it, if you don't know why, go ahead and watch some other videos of mine and you'll see exactly why. So I'm not going to harp too much on that. I just want to say, and now this is my personal opinion, you don't have to agree with it, I just want you guys to hear me out. Toontown Rewritten is not doing what's best for the community, in my opinion. Toontown Rewritten actually got some files from somebody in Toontown Online. When Toontown Online ended up closing down, they gave them to somebody high up in Toontown Rewritten. And instead of Toontown Rewritten putting those into play, they kept on to them for 5 or 6 years now. And my question is, if you are trying to do what's best for the community, you want to keep this game alive, why are you holding on to files that another server could have used, like Toontown Corporate Clash? Any of these other servers could have used it. Instead, you guys are holding on to it for your own good. Now, I understand they were gifted to Toontown Rewritten. They weren't supposed to be given to, whatever company or at the time. And Toontown Rewritten has them in their personal possession. They don't have to give them to nobody. I'm not saying that you have to go give these to a different server. But if you're going to have files like this that are very, very important and can, put updates, I don't know exactly what the files are, I know they're updates within the game or something along those lines. Why have they not either A, implemented them into the game, or B, given them to somebody that's actually going to do something with them? It's like they're just holding on to it and not trying to let anybody else get above them. They don't want no one else to, put these in and then their game skyrockets and people leave Toontown Rewritten. They're not making any money from having 4,000 players. If it jumps down to 1,000 players, they're not going to lose or gain any money. So I don't see why the reason they want to hold and, we're the best Toontown server out there, we have the most players, bro. Who cares, bro? Like, you are literally toxic. It's like super toxic. It's like only affecting and hurting the community itself. They want to go on the Corporate Clash. Now, I don't understand why Toontown Corporate Clash has not, collaborated with any of these other servers, being Toontown Desert Storm, Toontown Funny Farm, all these other servers that make Toontown games. What is the good of having a Toontown server that only has 20 players? Why don't all of these different Toontown communities come into one and make one great game and constantly update the game, and all these different people from all these different servers are working on one game, whether it's Toontown Rewritten or Toontown Corporate Clash or another thing, Toontown, forever, whatever the hell they want to name it, come out with a new server and have all of these different ideas implemented into them. Now, you watch this might be thinking, I don't want to do fucking zap, I don't want to do spin gags, this and that. That's fine. Don't get the fucking gag. Like, why are we, instead of keeping this game going strong, we could have, 7,000 players possibly on one server. Instead, we have 4,000 here, 300 there, 100 there, 25 here, 75 there. And it's just like, it's only going to tear apart their community, in my personal opinion. Because honestly, what is the point of having a Toontown server with 20 players, bro? Like, even those 20 players love the game, like 20 players is so small, man. These people all have different time zones, different jobs and stuff. Like, you're never going to even be able to do a VP. I don't even know if those games are even developed far enough to have VPs, but I'm just saying, I have not touched any of those other servers. I don't really care to, because I feel like it's going to be the same thing as Toontown Infinite and just end up going out after a couple months or so. But it doesn't help the community when people put Toontown Rewritten on this pedestal like they can't be touched and this is the greatest server ever. Man, Toontown Rewritten is so contradicting in the stuff that they say, man. Toontown Rewritten claims that they don't want to add new content because they want to keep the game the same as Disney intended. If that's the case, how come they don't have True Friends on there? Disney's Toontown Online had True Friends. Disney Toontown Online had field offices. There's a lot of stuff that Toontown Online had that Toontown Rewritten did not. Especially when they came out, how long did it take for them to have doodles? How long did that take? How hard is it to make doodles within the game? Can you guys just imagine how beautiful a Toontown game would be if it had Corporate Clash updates with Toontown Rewritten's players, with, something from Toontown Funny Farm or Toontown Offline or Toontown Desert Storm, any of these other servers? If they just all combined and, cared about the community as if they seem like they do, and if they actually cared about the community, they would all come together instead of being separate, apart, and, having so much diversity within the community. If we actually had, and I know people watch the video say, oh, I don't like the way that this is ran, I don't like the way that that's ran. Like, bro, there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't like with rewritten, but they still play it, bro. It's like, you know, Toontown Rewritten has an update in 5 years, bro. I'm not gonna keep harping on this, but they've still yet to put out any updates. And the fact that they're holding on to files, bro, just infuriates me. Loopy Goopy was pissed. You could tell by the voice in his video. He was pissed because it's like, bro, if you have the recipe to success and you don't want to share it with nobody else and you're not even using it for yourself, you basically just crumbled it up and threw it away or put it in the back of your pocket, bro. It's not doing no good if it's just files there left unused. It's not doing any good for the community. I just think that each server is looking out for what's best for their server instead of, you know, communicating with each other and trying to do stuff for the Toontown community itself rather than, you know, oh, my server has this amount of players and we have, you know, this amount of people for supporting it and this and that. You know, it just turned into like a tug of war. It's like, you know, it's eventually all these servers are going to end up dying out. All these Toontown, you know, Desert Storm, all these other different servers are going to eventually end up dying out. And I know people watching this video right now probably think, oh, this guy's just a hater. He doesn't really care about the community. You know, he just says nothing but negative stuff. But, you know, there's always going to be negative with positive. If everybody just talks about the positive, you know, none of the stuff that's negative will get fixed. So, you know, I have a voice. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use my channel and express how I feel. And hopefully the right person sees it. Enough people get mad. And enough people actually stand with me to try to make a difference within this community instead of just trying to sugarcoat it and close the door and, you know, bat an eye away from what's really going on and what's the problems within this Toontown community. Everybody in my comments is telling me they don't want to play Toontown Corporate Clash because it's not enough players. By you saying that, you are adding to the problem of not having enough players on Toontown Corporate Clash. It's almost as if it's like a beehive, man. One bee is nothing, but if you have 45 bees, you know they have a colony. But once one bee drops out and then all the other bees start to follow, then you're left with 11 bees. They were part of the problem for not adding to the community, not adding to that bee population and making it grow. It's not going to grow if everybody says, oh, it's not enough players, not enough players. You are part of the problem by not joining the community and helping it get more players. Because somebody could say, hey, once it hits 400 players, yeah, I'll start playing. But if all 399 of these other people do not play, then, you know, it doesn't serve no purpose. So that's when people say, oh, I would play, but there's not enough players. You don't. Toontown Corporate Clash has their own Discord. I have my own Discord. You can join it down below. Plenty of people that play daily with lots of knowledge within the game. It's just you have to reach out, and people act as if like, oh, that's a golden excuse. Nope, not enough players, not enough players. So if it gets to 2,000 players, what's everybody's excuse going to be then? Oh, I don't like the Zap Gang, bro. I feel like nobody even gives Toontown Corporate Clash a chance, and it really sickens me, man. I really wish that people would get this chance. And to basically sum up this video is that the Toontown community fights with one another. They are fighting to keep the #1 spot, Toontown Written, of course, and Corporate Clash is second and behind and is trying to come up. And Toontown Rewritten has fucking recipes to make the game better and is holding on to it and not doing nothing with it, man. All these different fucking Toontown communities just need to come together so that way they can make one great game, or you don't have to make a whole new server. They could all just join one server and add stuff in it and make, you know, it could be a server that's already out where they can make a whole new server, bro. Whatever the case may be, this shouldn't be divided between all these different people. Oh, I hate TTR fans. Oh, I hate Corporate Clash fans. When TTR fans are the only ones that say that shit, they have no room to talk because you're playing a game from 2003. How do you feel playing a game that is 17 years old in the year of 2020, bro? On a consistent basis, and you die-hard Joey fans, bro. I don't know who the fuck Joey is. Somebody comment down below and let me know who the hell Joey is. What does he do for Toontown Written? Is he the founder? Is he the fucking head developer? Like, what the fuck is he doing? I always see his name everywhere, bro. Like, I need to have a talk with Joey's ass, bro. If he is as great as everybody says, then I have a few questions I need to ask him myself, man. If he's the head developer or whoever the hell's in charge over there, man, because I don't know what the fuck is going on with that damn server. And everybody's gonna be sick as hell when 1.1 comes out on Corporate Clash and everybody flocks to Toontown Corporate Clash and leaves Rewritten. All the Rewritten fanboys aren't gonna know what to do. And that brings me on to my next point. I feel like Toontown Rewritten is literally waiting for Toontown Corporate Clash to put out 1.1, so then when everybody goes and flocks to 1.1, Toontown Rewritten is gonna be like, oh yeah, new update, everybody come back, and everybody's gonna come back. Because what other reason would you be going on for this long with all this new stuff and all the stuff that you guys have planned and all these different field offices and all this new stuff you guys say that you want to add to the game, but you're not doing it? Like, it's quarantine right now, you know, everybody's stuck inside. Like, what is the excuse right now? There's no excuses right now. I feel like they're literally just waiting for Toontown Corporate Clash to put out an update so they can fire back and put out an update of their own, and so that way nobody leaves their server. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. That's my personal theory. Other than that, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Pizza Maker 8000. I'm out.